Hey all, because it is Veterans Day today and weekend, whatever the fuck they do it now. It was like 2 days, Friday and Saturday. I just wanted to say that, it breaks my heart the way that our veterans are treated, especially older veterans. I remember years ago, I used to work in the city and I would see this guy and he would have this Navy hat and he would have this what are they like a cardboard like note thinking saying help whatever. Anyway, it would really upset me, and my dad was at the time working as a physician at the VA, and so I pulled over on the side of the road after seeing this guy for a couple weeks or whatever, and it was like at Charles and like right at the Inner Harbor, and I was like, can I take you to the VA? And he was like, basically, they are denying his benefits because of, I don't honestly remember. I was on the side of the road. I needed to go. But, so I looked into it a little bit more, and either, obviously if you're dishonorably discharged, that might have some effect with it. But he was saying something about like a lot of veterans down the East Coast are getting denied like certain benefits. And listen, I don't know the full story with that. I don't know all of it, but regardless, I think that if you give up your time and your life and like basically do a sentence to go and fight the nonsense fuckery, then there's no excuse to deny any kind of benefits, especially if it's not something foul or misconduct. So I really, really have always had a soft spot in my heart for veterans, sincerely, and really wanting to do something that actually helps and makes a difference, because I'm so fucking sick and tired of people just ignoring everyone and not acknowledging anything. And even with homeless people on the street, doesn't have to be a veteran, but I'm just saying we don't acknowledge people, and it really irks me. And so on Veterans Day, you might see people posting, oh, happy Veterans Day, blah, 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 blah. And it's like all nice and everything, but it's like literally it's so fucking surface, because these people have no goddamn fucking clue the reality of, one, what these people have gone through, two, what these people were under the impression to believe, the amount of like physical endurance that they went through. Like some of the shit my dad did was fucking insane when he was in Vietnam. Like I could not imagine. And then just to like come back and be a physician and have all these different specialties in toxicology and this, that, and the next, and never ever really bring up all of this past of war and like trauma and shit. It's just, and then today's day to see people be like, oh, happy Veterans Day, it's like, it's so fucking, it's almost offensive. I mean, it's not offensive to me, but in that sense it seems offensive, because these people don't actually understand the fuck is going on. I mean, like, there's really no reason for any war. There's no reason to kill anyone. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, you don't get to just kill someone and then turn around and think that that's the equal consequence. Like, everything has their own circumstances. Everything has their own facts to it. And so you can't just cut it that simply, as much as I would like to, because I'm very black and white. But at the same time, like, look, I get it. There are some energies that are just fucking evil. Like the guy that shot up the Parkland school. I remember that was when I like first moved down to Florida, and I was watching all of the cases, the stuff on him, and people were like praising him, and it was just so awful, and so many kids died, and some people committed suicide. Like some of the kids ended up committing suicide because of victim's guilt. And I had a really hard time with that. Because I could see through this kid. Like, I could see through him, and I could tell that, I mean, essentially, to put it bluntly, the kid was never told he was loved. He wanted to feel loved. He took whatever he did out on other crazy people. I don't want to get into how I kind of came to my own theory on this, or my own experiences kind of connected those. But you know, I could tell he's full of shit when he was doing that video about being like, oh, possessed or whatever. No, it was fucking bullshit. And I watched like that, oh my God, what was it? Like 20 hours of interrogation. I cannot believe I did. It was years ago. And his brother comes in. He's just like, I love you. And they just start breaking down. He's like, I'm so sorry. And so that for me, it was like, okay, I understand this kid never felt love, maybe, you know, like maybe he never felt any kind of love, and thus his way of thinking, his way of upbringing is just very different, and this was his way of lashing out or trying to get attention of some sort. And can we consequent him, or can we punish him in the same manner that he did those people, you know what I mean? Like as much as it's awful. And okay, so for me, this one ended up a little bit differently, because I struggled with this until I saw later in the trial that he made some sort of statement to the families and the jury and whatnot, and he was just like, you know, I have to live with this every single day. And I was like, yo, you just lost me. I'm done. This person is evil. This energy is evil. And I don't even think the death penalty is sufficient. Although I am not God, I don't want to decide that. I want to be part of that. But I thought, you know what would be like, what is the most efficient? I was like, death is too simple. If you think about, like, for this type of evil, death is just too simple. He gets out too easily. I don't want this energy reincarnating and coming back to stir more shit. No, this energy needs to be like banned, like locked in some sort of fucking metal steel tube that cannot escape, and like blasted to the other fucking side of the universe, where like it's under surveillance or wherever the fuck, monitored over there. Like, that is some evil ass fucking energy, and I get that. But at the same time, I think we have to rationalize what we're doing. I don't think that there's a rationalization for going to war. I think if you look at the terms of what we call, you know, people who are in the military, you know, warriors or you know, soldiers or whatnot. If you look into the meanings of those words or the different languages, I mean, they all connect, but essentially it is what it is, and I don't even have to explain much more. So I'm gonna stop. Have a good night. Update, correction: when I was working and saw the guy with the Navy hat on the side of the road in Baltimore City, that was many years after my father passed away. But my father worked before he passed at the VA, and so I was familiar with that, going that area. Just wanted to update that part. Thank you, guys. And then lastly, considering all of this inferred or not of what I'm stating about the current state of how we treat each other and whatnot, when is it going to come to the point where we have peaceful non-compliance and say, no, thank you? Because little old me throwing my hands up and saying, no, like, I'm born tax day, right? What if I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm not paying it, you know what I mean? I throw my hands up, say I'm not paying taxes. You think that that's going to be enough? So where the hell, where are the other, fighters? Not even fighters. Where are the other people with courage, with guts, with gall, with chutzpah, with balls, with integrity, with morals, who would rather stand next to integrity, ethics, and morals than to money or aesthetics or materialistic bullshit that doesn't matter when you leave this earth. So, just something to keep in mind. Have a good night.